I love stories of people who come from humble beginnings, but who overcome obstacles and do great things. And one of the things that really spoke to me about Bill was that he was an untrained artist. As far as we know, he didn't have any art training from his past, but he suddenly not only started to draw pictures, but he drew pictures very well. He had a great sense of design about his artwork, and his pictures were displayed in museums, and to this day are worth thousands of dollars. And so, and I can relate to that. I'm an untrained artist. I didn't attend any fancy art school. I learned by trial and error in the same way that Bill did. And hopefully one day my artwork will be revered in much the same way. That would be, that would be an honor for me. So that would be a great message for kids, is that, of course I always advise kids to go to college. But if for whatever reason you can't afford to do that, or you don't go to college, that you have a special inborn gift within you that you can use to carry on and do something great.
What's interesting about this book is that it will be illustrated by another artist, and if I'm remembering correctly, that was your intention from the get-go, that you wanted another artist to illustrate this book. This was going to be your writing project.
Exactly. I just sort of put on my writer's hat.
Strictly
put on my writer's hat, and I don't know that I would in the future that I would do it the same. I've learned as I've started writing and illustrating other books that the process of creating a book really is about writing and the pictures together. But for this project, it was my first, and I just put on my writing cap and I wrote and I revised and I wrote and I revised and I wrote and I revised, and I sold it to the publisher with that understanding that, hey, here are the words. And should you decide that you want to go with another illustrator, I'm perfectly fine with that. And actually, I would, prefer that, because that would allow me to write another story that I could illustrate. But what happened was, once it was acquired, they said, well, of course, we want you to illustrate this. But then it was decided that, we think we'd like to go with more of an edgy style. The Bill Traylor's artwork is sort of, it's been described as naive.
Folk art.
Exactly, folk art. And my style is more polished and stylized. And so, but one of the cool things is that the publisher allowed me to choose who the illustrator would be. And I had 3 artists that I had in mind. And I was excited that one of them, took on the project. And his name is R. Gregory Christie. And wait till you see his artwork. It's really, he paid a great homage to Bill Traylor in his art.
Oh, that's exciting. The publisher is Lee & Low Books?
The publisher is Lee & Low Books, and the book is slated to publish in the spring of 2012.
And there was a long path to publication for this book. The manuscript, was it being shopped around, or were you hiding it under a drawer and not bringing it out, or what's the story there?
Every book has a different path, and this one had a very long, frustrating path. So I wrote the book in 2004. I entered it in Lee & Low's New Voices contest.
That's right.
In 2004, and it won. So it was announced in 2005. I didn't win the big award, which is an automatic publishing contract. I won the honor, which meant that if I was interested in revising and polishing the manuscript, they would be interested in acquiring it. So it was about a 2-year period of revising back and forth, and then they decided to acquire. And then once they acquired it, was another couple more years of revision, and then the process of illustrating, and then it was just a matter of waiting on the illustrator to deliver